Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. It's a video on PIB monthly compilation, and I'll be discussing PIB for the month of April. So whatever news that has appeared in the month of April, the entire news that is relevant from prelims and mains perspective will be discussed in this session. Now, giving you a precise about the PIB is a must read for all the civil services aspirant. This is an inevitable part of the exercise that you have to do because you'll get direct question both in the prelims as well as in the mains examination. So the role of PIB is very important. So without any further ado, let's get started. And how we'll be moving the discussion part. So I have segregated this video in some of the topics, the news that is relevant for General Studies paper 2, the news that is related to General Studies paper 3, and the General Studies paper specifically in the mains examination, some news that is brief in nature, you should basically know that, bilateral agreement and summit, some military exercises and initiative which UPSC tend to ask, and specifically those students who are preparing for CAPF examination, for them this is very important. And if you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do press a like button. So starting the session with the General Studies paper 2 related news, whatever news that appear in the complete PIB for the month of April, I've segregated them according to the relevance of the General Studies paper. The first among them is Cinematography Amendment Bill 2023. So what is important in this, that the Union Cabinet has approved the Cinematography Amendment Bill 2023. And what was the aim? Why government has come up with this bill? The bill aims to curb the piracy of the film content and protect the creative industry. We have seen that this industry is industry which is mostly being impacted by the piracy, and even that called for a revenue deficit even to the industries people who are actually involved in it. The bill will brought in the next parliament sessions, and the ministry this will be brought in by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, which will be concerning with the part of cinematography in it. Now, what is the aim of this bill? The bill aims to ensure that the film content does not suffer due to piracy and as a menace caused any loss to the industries, because we have seen that the losses is being incurred to the stakeholders and they are the only people who are suffering a lot. It also aims to tackle the film piracy, including the penal provisions of unauthorized camcording and deduplications or duplications of the film in an exhibition facility. This will also provide for the categorizations of the film category. As you see, there are certain categories of the film. There are U category, A category, UA category. That is there, and accordingly, this will be. The bill will provide for the revolutionary step towards promoting the Indian film and helping the local content to go it global. Now, the second important news, that is One Earth, One Health, Healthcare India Summit 2023. So this was a virtual address where the Prime Minister has categorically come up in the session. One Earth, One Health, advantage of healthcare in India. The Prime Minister has called for an integrated, inclusive and institutional global response to the healthcare challenges. Now, if you see the global healthcare responses, we have overcome the COVID-19 pandemic, and to the fact that that the challenges cannot be isolated without integrated, inclusive, and institutional approach, India seeks to focus this during the G20 presidency. India is the current chair of the G20, which will be there by November 2023. So at this duration, India is looking forward to use the wide areas and spectrum to explore the part and have the engagement with the other like-minded countries. Now, vaccine development की अगर बात करें, as far as vaccine development is concerned, India has a vibrant science and technology, and India is almost the world's largest producer of vaccine. It has become the largest, fastest COVID-19 vaccine drive in the world. Not only vaccine, if you see the drugs manufacturing, India is a sort of a capable country which substantially produce a higher number of drugs and vaccine. The government of India has shipped 300 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccines to more than 100 countries, and this shows the capability and commitment for the government of India to other countries. Now, India called for holistic healthcare What do we understand by holistic healthcare? It means that the part of the diversity that is there in the country, we need to address each and every section of the society. The healthcare professionals should be trained and are exposed to diverse experiences. This will help them to even meet the problem that is emerging from the healthcare sector. The Indian healthcare are talented, even the trust of the world is there. And India has a great tradition for the preventive and promotive system like yoga and Ayurveda, even naturopathy, Unani. These are getting relevance at the present generations. And India's healthcare system is affordable and accessible. Ayushman Bharat initiative, which covers 500 million people with free medical treatment, is the initiative as a policy of the government of India. Now, the other news, that is second G20 Health Working Group meeting. This is related to the health, but a bit different meeting that was held. So the second meeting of the Health Working Group G20 will begin in Goa. And for the part of the focus, there will be collaborations. They had a collaborations in surveillance, community protections, safe, scalable care, accessible to medical countermeasures, and even emergency coordination. So these are some of the part that were the main focus that were discussed during this meeting. Now, priority areas की अगर बात करें, tackling future health emergencies was the priority. Building a manufacturing network of the vaccines, medicine, and diagnostics. These were the three accordingly part that were focuses upon. Now, the other were leveraging the digital solutions to provide universal health coverage. Now, if you see, India in general is definitely having the medical tourism. A lot of countries, like even from the Middle East, the neighboring countries prefer India to get the part of their medical treatment, which is one of the first reason affordable and even the part of the state of art technology that is used. So India is recognized as a worldwide as an excellence in the medical sector. Medical tourism has boosted significantly in the past few years and had a remarkable number. And India medical value tourism with 1.4 million visiting country for treatment last year. Now, SCO Defense Ministerial meeting, again something directly relevant for prelims examination. Now, India is a chair for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. So, two things that is important. India is also the chair for G20 SCO. You can expect a direct question in prelims and mains examination from this section, right? So, Defense Minister की meeting हुई है, and according to the Defense Minister, as a part of the member state, observer country Belarus and Iran has also participated in the SCO ministerial meeting, right? So you have to take a note of this. These two countries were also the part of it. Now, what was the theme of this SCO meeting? It called for secure SCO, and in secure, the part of the promotion for multilateral. This called for multilateral political, security, economic, people-to-people interaction in the region. Focus area of the meeting will be the part of the matter concerning the regional peace and security, counter-terrorism with the SCO, and the effort that will be made by the SCO member countries, effective multilateralism और SCO के साथ जो engagement है इंडिया की उस पर भी ध्यान दी जाएगी so that the part of the leverage that is there can be extended to the neighborhood also. The members की अगर बात करें, the SCO members include China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, even the part of Russia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, India, and Pakistan, right? And this is something an intergovernmental organization established way back in 2001. SCO pursued its policy based on the principle of sovereignty, territorial integrity, non-interference in the international matter, equality of the member states, mutual understanding with respect to the opinion and each among them. So these are some of the core ideas behind the SCO establishment. The Prime Minister launches FM transmitters. The Prime Minister has commissioned FM transmitters, that is called frequency transmitters, for the 100 watt, that is for 91 locations in the country, and these transmitter will cover 85 districts and 18 states among the 2 union territories. The network of transmitters will have All India Radio increase their part and the reachability from 524 region to 615 districts. Now, in addition, this will further boost the part of All India Radio coverage to from 73% to the population of the country. जो total population है उसके 73.5% populations तक AIR, that is All India Radio की reachability को बढ़ाया जाएगा. Now there's a priority location for this installation. The left wing extremist area will be taken into consideration. These will be prioritized. Apart from this, the aspirational district program and the border area of the country will be prioritized. So if you see the border area, there is a program called Vibrant Village Program. So this is important. This has been clubbed, and again this will be help for the part of the development. Now, clear sound quality with easy availability of FM receiver will be applicable in the mobile phone, and even the demand for FM radio in the country is on the search, whether it is mobile phone or through any other electronic devices. Now, as a major step, the government has also come up with a meeting capacity building with organizations. The government further approved the part of installation of 63 FM transmitters across the country. Now, if you see linguistic diversity of the country, it is on a higher side. The dialects, there are 27 dialects in the country. And even optic fiber की अगर बात करें in the village, the cheapest cost of rate accessible to the information is through the digital entrepreneurship in the village. And Akashvani is the largest FM radio in India. With its network will carry the growth story and India's new to every corner of the country. Now some important news that is relevant for General Studies paper 3. So first is Genome India project. The Department of Biotechnology has said that the exercise to sequence 10,000 of Indian genome was completed in about 2/3 time, and 7,000 Indian genome has already been sequenced with 3,000 available for the public access for the research. Now this exercise being conducted to create a database where the central backed Genome India project is actually functioning. Now, what is Genome India project? Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Sciences implement कर रही है, a nodal body. Government aim कर रही है almost 10,000 genomes की by the end of 2023 under the Genome India project. और इससे एक database create की जाएगी which will call for researcher anywhere in the country to get the genetic variants and understand the Indian population group, customize the drug and therapies. And this is done in collaborations with 20 institutions including the Indian Institute of Science and IITs. Now, क्या significance है इस तरह की initiatives की? First, it will call for the advancement in the healthcare, medicine, agriculture, development of personalized medicine based on the genome mapping. It will help to build grid of India's reference genome. Now, India's first water body census, something directly relevant for your prelims examination. Even you can expect a direct question in the mains examination. So Ministry of Jal Shakti, which is a body concerning the part of the regulation for the water bodies and in the entire part of the regulation of river and oceans, has released a report of the first water bodies और एक comprehensive database release की गई on the ponds, lakes, tanks, reservoir in the country. The census was conducted in 2018-19 that enumerated for 2.4 billion water bodies across the state and union territories. Now, why the need of water body census? What was the need and how it is going to help? So the center has earlier maintained a database of water bodies where to get assistance, and under the scheme of repair, renovation and restoration of water bodies, these were implemented. So Triple R was a part of the initiative which actually government has come up, and even recommendations the parliamentary standing committee की तरफ से कि इसे आप जितनी जल्द हो सकता है पूरी करें. Now the government then commissioned the first census of the water bodies in 2018-19 and that work was completed. Right, the objective is to collect the information of all matter related to the size, conditions, status of encroachment, uses, storage capacity and status of the part of the rivers, ponds, and that is there. Now, encroachment of water bodies की अगर बात करें, this is again something that was highlighted. The census has found that 1.6% of the enumerated water bodies have been encroached upon, and more than 95% they are in rural area. Logically, because more than 97% of the water bodies cover the census in rural area, and 63% of the encroachment in water bodies is less than a quarter in an area, and about 12% of the water bodies is more than three quarters that is under the encroachment. Now, I'll give you a brief now about whatever we have discussed in the finding. So the census finding is important. There can be a question in the prelims examination. So you can take either a screenshot and even you can learn it so that this can help you. So total water bodies मैंने आपको बता दी है. The highest number of the water bodies were found in 7.4 lakh in West Bengal, that again followed by South 24 Parganas in West Bengal district. Most in the countries were ponds in West Bengal, tanks in Andhra Pradesh, lake in Tamil Nadu, and conservation scheme in Maharashtra. Type of water bodies are there. Accordingly, you can check ponds, tanks, reservoir, lakes, and other parts, right? And these are the part where beside Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Assam, Jharkhand, and Tamil Nadu have performed in the serial number according to the ranking. Now, Center amend IT Rule 2021 to regulate the online gaming. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने रिसेंटली नोटिफाई किया है इंफॉर्मेशन एंड टेक्नोलॉजी इंटरमीडियरीज गाइडलाइन डिजिटल मीडिया एथिक्स कोड and even this will call for regulating the part of online gaming. The new rule will call for prohibiting the part of any games that involve betting, wagering, and the part of Intel framework for the multiple regulatory framework with the organization. So any monetary part involved will call for a regulation. Now, aim is that the Amendment Rule 2023 will come into force with a greater due diligence by online gaming and social media intermediaries with respect to online games, fake or falsely misleading information that is there on the part of the business. So the government will be completely looking at regulating the sector. And as per the amendment rules, it has also been made mandatory to share the intermediaries with reasonable efforts and not to host, publish, share or any online game that can be used with the harm. Now, regulatory bodies की अगर बात करें, according to the Information Technology Intermediaries Digital Media Rule, and online gaming and self-regulatory bodies is sure the designated part of the central government will look into the part of the real game that is prohibited. So this will call for more regulation and even to ensure that any kind of fraud is not taking place. This will have a regulatory body which will authorize inquiry, satisfy the online gaming does not involve wearing and any part of betting. There will be multiple SROs that will be there, that is self-regulatory bodies, and these SRO will have to participate in the stakeholders, including but not limited to the industries. Now, prohibitions on advertisement. The intermediaries will have to ensure that no advertisement, surrogate advertisement, or the promotion of any kind of online gaming is not permissible in the online gaming hosted in a platform. So there will be no surrogate advertisement. Surrogate advertisement, suppose you are watching a YouTube video, right? In that you get a pop-ups of that particular advertisement that can be counted under the category of surrogate advertisement or part of it. Comprehensive livestock insurance scheme, something again important for the livestock insurance, which was again long demanded. The center is considering for the part of comprehensive livestock insurance scheme that is modeled on the Prime Minister Fasal Bima Yojana, something very important, a scheme that will be an importance for your prelims exam. You can expect a direct question on this scheme. The decision was taken concerning with raised to the Parliamentary Standing Committee for zero insurance cover to the livestock. And at present, 1% of the country cattle population is only insured. The population under the scheme, there are initial proposal to waive off the premium of the cattle and even the part of the scheduled calf and scheduled tribe communities. At present, less than 1% of the cattle are insured and even the yearly premium is 4.5% of the insured amount. और एनिमल हस्बेंड्री मिनिस्ट्री की बात करें, इन्होंने रिसेंटली बहुत सारे ऐसे इंश्योरेंस लाए हैं and the companies are there that will be looking to the matter and they will come with the comprehensive insurance plan for the part of the cattle and even for the livestock. Revamped livestock insurance की बात की गई है. The Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandries and Dairy have noted to introduce the new comprehensive livestock insurance that will replace the present livestock insurance scheme. और स्कीम को फंक्शनल की जाएगी almost 100 districts में, which is currently functional right now. And even the center sponsored scheme will be implemented to manage the part of the state livelihood development board. The center will help meeting with the insurance companies, stress the importance and expanding the part of the ambit of the scheme and decreasing the premium paid by the farmers. So the burdens should not be passed on the farmers. It should always be from the government part subsidizing the insurance. Now, some news that is brief in nature and you must know from the prelims point of view. Among them, the first is India's first underwater metro, which is there at Kolkata in West Bengal, India's first underwater metro that allowed commuters to travel on the Hooghly River, which separate West Bengal capital from Howrah. The metro project run under the famous Hooghly River of Calcutta. The Part is 4.8 kilometer from Howrah Maidan to Esplanade, which is a high street area in the Calcutta. It's a main town, the capital city of the West Bengal. So this might be relevant for many other government examination also. India's first 3D post office, the post office which you can see in this part, has been printed using the 3D print. So Prime Minister has appreciated this 3D printing, and make sure you are having complete idea about 3D printing. You can get a question in the prelims examination, right? So successful completions of this project will encourage the organizers to explore the 3D printing, paving the way for innovations in the public infrastructure. 3D printing or additive manufacturing is a process of making three-dimensional solid object from a digital file. Now, Operation Kaveri, I think most of you must be aware of this. I've already made a discussion in our daily news and editorial analysis. This was there for the people stranded in Sudan, and the rescue operation is currently, it has actually been completed now. And Sudan is witnessing a deadly flight from the paramilitary, and even the exercise which has almost saved thousands of people. The government is focusing on safety of 3,000 citizens that is currently located, basically that is currently stranded in the Sudan region. Some bilateral agreement and summits. Among them, the first is India UK MOU and advancing military capabilities. So both India and United Kingdom have detailed discussions over the technical know-how experiences on maritime electric propulsion system, and this will meet the future requirement of Indian warship. If you see the relationship between India and UK, it is definitely on the high priority, and when it comes to the military engagement, definitely both countries share a responsible and a healthy bilateral ties. Memorandum of Understanding, both countries are discussing MOUs on the military training, or United Kingdom that they will be developing the maritime electric propulsion system to future warship on the both side that can have a 2 round of discussion how to make it and even come forward with it. Logistic pact की गई है. The logistic pact with India and UK was seen as ensuring the IF exercise to exercise Korba Warrior, and even there was 5 Mirage 2000 during the recent visit of HMS Tamar and HMS Lancer to India. So HMS Lancer visited Kochi last month to train Indian Navy as a part of the exercise Kotkan. Now the other news, that is, this is the second part of the news. This is the second news, that is EU and Aviation Summit, EU India Aviation Summit. The 2-day summit which was conducted in Delhi, the summit had called for the declarations and even signed an Airport Authority of India with EU control. Intended memorandum of understanding was there between the DCGA, that is the Director General of Civil Aviation, which collaborations with the EU. The summit focuses upon EU air transport relations with mutually shared challenges and opportunities between two regions, and cover the part of air traffic, increasing sustainability, maritime safety, and development of unmanned air system. Now moving to some military exercises. This is the last section of the discussion, something that is directly relevant for CAPF examination. Those of you will be appearing for CAPF examination, from them it is very important, and even for UPSC prelims examination there are direct questions. Now, maritime exercise SLINEX 23. This was a part of the bilateral maritime exercise scheduled from Colombo at 3rd to 8th of April. The exercise is being conducted in 2 phases, that is harbour phase and the sea phase, right? CEMEX aimed at enhancing the interoperability, improving the mutual understanding, enhancing the best practices, and jointly undertake the multi-facets operation. So the country become important. आपको country पता होना चाहिए कौन कौन से country के साथ engagement है और what is the main aim of this exercise. The second is the joint military exercise X Kavach. This is the Andaman and Nicobar Command have a large-scale joint military exercise involving the part of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Coast Guard. And this demonstrated the capabilities and preparedness for Army to safeguard Indian maritime interest and secure the Andaman Nico region. तो यहाँ से आपसे direct location पूछी जा सकती है किस locations के लिए ये कवच है. The exercise is aimed at fine-tuning the probability and the part of capabilities, that is for the SOPs will be there, enhancing the interoperability in the operations, synergy between the forces, that is Army, Navy, Air Force, and the Coast Guard. COPE India Exercise 23. India and United States Force will take part in the COPE India, and this will be done at the part in the West Bengal, that is Kalakunda Air Base. and Japan will be the observer in this. This is again directly relevant for prelims. The flight training exercise will be there at Goliath. The exercise aims to participate diverse fighter engagement, learn from the best practices. It will help to understand the latest development and tactical operations. The exercise will see the intense air maneuvers and improving the part of the interoperability. Now, the Aegea Warrior 2023, this is the last one. The seventh editions of the joint military exercise will between India and United Kingdom was conducted in Salisbury Plain in United Kingdom. And this exercise is a biennial exercise, which is there between India and United Kingdom, conducted alternatively between UK and India. The last edition was held in Uttarakhand, right? The aim of the exercise is to build positive military relations, imbibe the part of the best practices, ability to operate together while undertaking the company level with the sub-conventional operations in urban and semi-urban areas under the UN mandate. So these are some of the specific features point of the Aegea Warrior. And this was all about for the discussion on the PIB. We have a lot more other initiatives for you in our YouTube. We have daily news and editorial discussion on a daily basis where I cover the news from the Hindu and Indian Express that give a comprehensive idea about daily newspaper. You don't need to read it out. The comprehensive part is already discussed. We have IS Gazetted magazine that you can download from our website, Must Read for Current Affairs, the new initiative of News in Focus, where a specific topic is discussed to help you to have a better understanding. And along with that, we have many more other initiatives. All this initiative will help you to sail through the journey of civil services. Definitely check it out. Other than this, if you have any other concern, reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.